Well, hello friends, and welcome back to the Vantasy. I'm gonna finish this project and get this show on the road so we can actually get on the road. So today we're gonna finish up cleaning the Vantasy. I'm gonna take the carpet out of the front, and hopefully with a little help from this breaker bar and this 19mm socket, I think we'll be able to get the job done. So let's get to it. I'm glad you're here. Well, unlike my Honda, there's plenty of room underneath the Vantasy here to work. You can, really move around. So what we're going for are these 4 bolts to hold the seats in. Let me show you. Here, here, and then there's one here and here. Pretty easy to get to everything. Well, hopefully I'm able to get this off just with my own hands, but I don't know about that, because even though there's enough room and this is a pretty big breaker bar, oh yeah, well, it's not so bad. Sweet. Okay, it's gotten considerably harder, so I have to use this breaker bar and get more leverage on it. This is going to take a while. Wow. Well, we're at an impasse. The socket is the right size. Breaker bar is big enough, I think. I mean, I might need a 12-foot breaker bar in this case. I'm not strong enough to get those off even with this giant bar. So I think that the best solution is to take this thing to a shop just to get an impactor on that. It's a pneumatic tool, an air tool that will take those off in no time, but save my arms from falling off by the end of today. So I'm going to do that. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I've got to find some place to do this quick. And in the meantime, I'm going to just clean up the little bit of mess that's still left back here. I was going to pressure wash the inside, but I'm not going to do that until the front seats are out. I don't want to soak down any of the underlayment that's not wet, it appears, up front. So that's what we're going to do. I really wasn't expecting to have to do all this preparation just to take the fuel pump out, and I really don't have to get the fuel pump out. We could do it right now, but I like to finish a job when I start it, and I think it's better just to continue cleaning and get these seats removed before we start another project. Good news, my friends. I was looking up on Google the closest repair shop to me. I called one. They said it's too small of a job. They don't want to deal with my van. So I called a mobile mechanic. He's right down the road. He's going to be here in 20 minutes, and he's going to take it off. It's going to cost me $30 to have him take these 8 bolts off. But for the price of $30 at the end of today with very sore arms, I'd probably pay that much for a massage. So even though I'm not getting a massage, I'm getting the 8 bolts. Does this really work out for me? Anyway, the bolts are going to come off today, and we'll be a little further down the road. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the mobile mechanic, I'm going to try to get a head start on the project for tomorrow. I'm going to make a full video about changing the fuel pump like I intended to yesterday. But that's going to be tomorrow's video, but I'd like to just get a little head start. I want to locate where that's going to be so I can prepare to cut into the surface here. What I've got to try to do is locate exactly where that fuel pump is so I don't cut too big of a hole. I want to make it as small as possible. So I just got to find it. I think I know right where it is, but I want to confirm. I'm using this handy dandy extendable mirror. See if I can get in there. No pun intended. So what I'm doing here is going just to the very end of the body itself, the end of the frame, going right to where there's a middle piece of the cavity. I'll show you right here. Going from right there to the very end, over here to the middle of that cavity where that line is. So we're gonna go all the way over here. Looks like we're about 21 inches. We're going between that piece of frame and this piece. Fuel pump should be right back there. What we're going to do here is go the 18 inches to the back side of that opening, make a mark. Oop. And then I decided that the farthest back we're going to go is 24 inches. Looked like 21 was about in the middle. So we're going to do that, and then we'll go side to side. And our center is right here. We don't want to go too far out, so I like to see this as an edge. This is an edge. Actually, we came out one more section. I was too close in, so it's not that big of an area. We might have to enlarge that. I'm guessing that we're gonna make that a little bit further down, but there's a bracket right here, part of the framing of the vehicle. It's right there, and right here you can kind of see where it's been attached to the frame. So I don't want to go past that point if we don't have to. That's our mark. This is $30 well spent. I've decided this is totally worth it. Well, that was going to be a lot harder than what I thought to get these seats out of here. So I'm glad there's people like him that is a mobile mechanic come to you. That is an awesome service. So it's time to take the seats out. They're totally detached. Let's do it. Didn't think about that part. It's not necessary to totally take out the seat from the vehicle, but we might have to. I got to figure out how to take the seat belt off now. You see how a project just turns one thing into another, right? And you know, it's a good thing though. As you learn as you go, and eventually the project will get done and done right. Looks like up front here we have some water intrusion problems as well. It's not too bad, but I don't like it. Unfortunately, since up front here this floorboard is very contoured, I don't want to get rid of this bottom layer. It's probably a very good sound barrier and thermal insulating properties about it too, I'm sure, but I think our best bet is just to let this dry out. That's it. Just need some cleaning. Friends, we are just about cleaned up and ready to wrap up today's project. Tomorrow we're going to get started on the fuel pump. I cannot wait to finally get that going so I can drive this sucker around and not be nervous it's not going to start anymore. It's been doing that lately. But friends, I appreciate you being here for this kind of mundane task, but it all is part of the big picture, and I think you being along with me is encouraging to me, and I think you'll enjoy seeing the final product when it's all done. Friends, thanks for being here today. I appreciate it. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.